Welcome to Module 3.3, where we'll explore experimental research designs in healthcare. Experimental designs represent the gold standard for establishing causal relationships between variables. In this module, we'll examine the essential elements of true experiments, the structure of randomized controlled trials, and several important variations of experimental designs used in healthcare research. True experimental designs are characterized by these essential elements. First, random assignment to groups ensures that participants have an equal chance of being assigned to any condition, minimizing selection bias. Second, researchers deliberately manipulate the independent variable, such as administering a treatment to one group but not another. Third, they control extraneous variables that might influence outcomes through standardized procedures and environments. Fourth, they precisely measure the dependent variable, the outcome of interest, using validated instruments. Finally, they include a control or comparison group that doesn't receive the experimental treatment, providing a baseline against which to evaluate effects. When all these elements are present, researchers can make strong causal inferences about treatment effects. Randomized controlled trials represent the gold standard for healthcare intervention research. In RCTs, participants are randomly allocated to treatment groups, minimizing selection bias and creating groups that are probabilistically equivalent at baseline. The trial is conducted under controlled conditions to isolate the effect of the intervention. Blinding is a critical feature. In single-blind trials, participants don't know their group assignment. In double-blind, neither participants nor researchers know. And in triple-blind, even those analyzing data are blinded. Measurements are taken at baseline and follow-up points to assess changes over time. This rigorous methodology provides the strongest evidence for causality and treatment efficacy, supporting evidence-based practice in healthcare. A few variations of experimental designs address specific research needs. The pre-test / post-test control group design measures outcomes before and after intervention to track changes. The Solomon 4-group design adds groups without pre-testing to assess whether pretesting itself affects outcomes. Factorial design simultaneously tests multiple independent variables and their interactions, maximizing efficiency. Crossover designs have participants receive all treatments in sequence, serving as their own controls and reducing required sample size. Adaptive clinical trials allow modifications based on interim results, potentially reducing trial duration and participant exposure to ineffective treatments. These variations maintain experimental rigor while addressing practical and ethical considerations in healthcare research.